and welcome back to our channel. My name is Renee. It is very nice to meet you if you're new. Today's video is going to be another controversial video. This month has literally just been like videos of my opinions, and every time I post one I get nervous. So this is another one that I'm going to get a little bit nervous for, just because it is very out of the norm. You guys asked for it. Just throwing that out there. I have recently opened up, actually I've been talking about this for quite a while, but a lot of you guys are probably new to my channel and didn't watch my videos like back in the day. I don't really want to get married. A lot of you guys are asking me like why, or like my beliefs behind it. You know how people always are like, they go up to the single person and they're like, when are you gonna find like your person? I get the same question. Like, I've been dating Noah for almost 8 years now, and anytime people see us, especially got it this time. If we see some of our friends that met after we started dating get married, they're like, when are you gonna pop the question? Like, when are you guys getting married? You're next. It's like so cringy. We just kind of look at each other like, oh my god. The question, like if someone asks, why aren't you married? But like, why are you married? Ask yourself that. I kind of journaled out some of my personal beliefs as to why I don't feel the need to get married. I did write some disclaimers here. I am not for or against marriage. This is just my personal journey, so keep that in mind. If you're married or you want to get married, I am applauding you. If you are on the same page as me, I'm applauding you. If you are completely different than both sides, I'm applauding you. Your beliefs behind marriage has nothing to do with my life, so to each their own. Just do your thing. Don't let other people stop you from doing what you personally believe, and don't follow the crowd either. Like, just do what you want. So this is just me doing what I want, and you can do what you want to, and I don't care. I'm happy for you either way. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this controversial video. It's a religious thing. When I see marriage, like, you have a pastor, and I feel like marriage came about because of religion. I am not religious at all, so it's not really something that I feel the need to do. Plain and simple, I'm not religious. I don't really want kids either. The only other reason I would want to get married is just like if I did want a family. Noah and I both kind of collectively decided like we don't really want that. That's the only other reason I would have gotten married. I feel like when you do have a family, there's so many more benefits in like getting married. Here's where it gets a little bit like opinionated. And again, this is my opinion, to each their own. I believe that whenever I start a statement, I'm like, please dear God, don't let them get mad at me. I believe that like people come in and out of your life at different parts of your life, and you shouldn't like force or hold on to things that no longer serve you. I feel like people who get married, they obviously get married because they want to be with that person forever. And to me, that's such a like profound statement, and I don't necessarily believe that. I'm not saying I'm not gonna be with Noah forever, like that's the goal, but like there are certain things that come in and out of your life and certain factors that you have throughout your life that it's really hard to say that I'm gonna be with one person the rest of my life. Like, I don't know, to me that's just very like controlling and almost like puts pressure on the relationship. It's the same with like friends and family. There's different people in your life where the relationships are stronger. There's like a quote, something like with seasons. I'll pop it on the screen if I find it. But that's just personally what I believe is like, you have different relationships in and out of your life, and sometimes, you know, the relationship may be stronger in certain parts of your life. You grow and change and evolve just like your partner probably grows and changes and evolves. So to sit there and like morph into like one line forever with the same person, to me is very like unrealistic, in my opinion. A lot of you guys will think that I'm like in an open relationship. I am not in an open relationship. I've been monogamous. I think because we don't put pressure on our relationship. I've had one boyfriend my whole entire life, and it's been Noah. So I've been monogamous with him, even though I don't really necessarily believe that humans are monogamous in nature. I think that's just like a whole nother topic in itself. I've been monogamous, and I think it's just been such an easy ride because we don't put a lot of pressure on our relationship. The connection to other people's behavior. So when you get married, like, I think like the whole concept is like you are one, but to me, I am a very individualistic person. I never want to be held accountable for somebody else's behavior. Again, life changes, life throws you curveballs, like you never know what you're gonna get in life. So if something does happen where you are somehow connected to this person, like I just don't like that. When you are married, I feel like you just become one, and like your life revolves around that person, and like your choices are like all together, and it's just like, to me, that's just not a happy thing for me. It's like almost like combining your identity, which is just terrifying to me. I'm just not like that. I never want my life to revolve around one aspect of my life. I don't want to be defined as one aspect of my life. I don't want our relationship to be defined as one aspect. You know, let's say you have a really solid career. You don't want to become your career. Like, you're so much more than that. There's different parts of your life that play a part into who you are. And when people start identifying with one thing, that's where I see a lot of like imbalance, especially with me especially with me. If I did get married, I feel like I would almost be defined as my marriage, or if I had kids, I'd be like defined as like my kids. If you have kids and you are married and you're not like that, great. If you are like that, great. Again, I don't really care. This is just my story. I don't know why I feel the need to say that every 5 seconds, but I do. I love Noah more than anything, but I am so much more than my relationship, and he is so much more than me. We both live individual lives, but we collectively come together at the end of the day and share like our parts of our lives. And like, he's a huge part of my life, but he is not my life. I hope that makes sense. That's just worked for our relationship. We let each other live our own lives and have our passions and live out our lives, and then again, like, we come together at the end of the day, and like, he's my person. Like, I still look at him as like, he's my person for sure. I don't ever want to get lost in a relationship. I want my relationship to be a great part of my life. I don't want to look at it as like something defined. Does that make sense? I am not a flexy person. If anything, like flex culture and stuff like that terrifies me. Like, I don't like that at all. When it's my birthday, I hate when people even know that it's my birthday. I don't like being the center of attention. Like, I was never that little girl that was like, I can't wait for the day that I get married, like my wedding day. And you know, like, girls fantasize about that. Like, that terrifies me. If I ever had to get married, I would just be like obsessing about having to walk down the aisle and everyone looking at me. It's just like not my thing. I don't want to do that. I hate when people celebrate me. I know that's like probably something like internally wrong with me, but I just don't like that. It doesn't appeal to me, especially the wedding. Especially the wedding. That's the only thing Noah would like, because he likes to party. He's like, I wish we can get married and just have the party. I'm like, I wish we didn't. It's just not important to us. If he really, really, really wanted to get married, I probably would get married. But we both don't want to, and we both are on the same page, so it hasn't ever been an issue in our relationship. Another point that I didn't mention in here was the fact that I don't necessarily, excuse me, I was editing. I don't necessarily need or seek validation in my relationship. Like, I don't need a piece of paper or a ceremony to make me and Noah have a stronger relationship. If anything, like, I don't know, I don't really need to like prove it or anything. It's just, we know what we have, and we don't necessarily need anything to validate how we feel about our relationship. When I think of marriage, I think of like pressure, because you're defining something and almost like making it and like an expectation, if you will. And then also I look at it as like expensive. I don't really want a wedding, so like that would be expensive. I don't know if marriage even costs money, like to actually get legally married, but I know divorce costs money. Divorce is so common now that it's almost like such an option. Like, when you get married, like, you know that you can get divorced, and that's just the whole point of marriage, was like to be with one person forever. So I don't know, I just feel like I'm making like a total guess right now, but I have a feeling that far in the future marriage isn't going to be a thing. That's why I don't really want to get married. Yeah, I love him so much. He's my everything. I miss him like crazy. He's been the best thing that's ever happened to me. And Noah, will you marry? No, I'm just kidding. That's just our personal beliefs. Y'all can stop asking me why I don't want to get married or when he's gonna pop the question. If he popped the question, I'd be like, what the fuck? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked it, and it was an interesting video for you. I want to know if any of you guys watching here don't want to get married either, and like, what are your reasons behind why? A lot of you guys are thinking because my parents are divorced, but my parents' divorce like happened when I was 3, and I don't like, I just like, that's my life. Like, I grew up with divorced parents. It wasn't like a huge dramatic thing. It wasn't like traumatizing or something that I had to like deal with. It's just my life. So I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys all in a future video. Bye guys. That was way easier than I thought. I thought this video was gonna be like an hour long. Hey Siri, play music.